Yeah. 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 If I can't do it, homie, it can't be done.
Hey everybody, we're here at Ward Ranch today, and we're going to talk about something that's mainly the start of your training program, but I think it's really important to keep it along as your sheep progresses in life. This is called tie-up time, and there's a good way to tie up and there's a bad way to tie up, and I think we're going to talk about just setting up your tie-up area first, and we'll talk about how we're going to utilize it the most. So first, when we're starting these lambs, we want to make sure that we start them in the most safe environment possible. And when we're tying them up, this really gets them used to having some restraint on their face and gets them used to having some form of authority. So the safest way we can do this is set up a tie-up area. And if you look, we have a solid board right here that makes it where in case this sheep would want to jump up, he couldn't get his feet caught in the fence. And I think that's really, really important in nipping this deal in the bud and getting this more efficient in your tie-up time, is making sure the sheep understands that he cannot stand on a fence and take the pressure off his neck muscles. It's better to make him stand there at all times. As you can see here too at this tie-up deal, we're making sure that this head is at an L, okay? Like it just before, it's at an angle, okay? And also the tie is above his head at all times. He's got head and neck pressure right here, okay? We're making sure that it's always at an up angle, and this sheep's head is always facing upward. Just like when we're showing them and walking them, it's really important to keep their head up to level that top down, okay? And in reality, it's super, super important to keep their head up when you're tying them too. So everything that we do, we have positive pressure on their jaw, keeping their head up. So it's really super important that we start tying there. We have a safe place to where they don't jump up. And also when they're tied up, it's always good to sit there and handle them like a judge would, and go ahead and set those feet as if you were showing them by keeping a hand on your jaw there. This is for the showman. So make sure that again, your tie-up area when you're starting, you're tying up high, okay? We're making sure we keep their head and neck up at an L. Also, we have this solid area, and while they're tied up, we'll make sure we're handling and keeping those feet set. If you take those steps to start these sheep this way, it makes your walking training so much easier, it makes your showmanship training so much easier, and it just builds a stronger foundation for you when you really want to implement the higher level showing techniques, or making sure that if you want to take your thing to the next level or take your showing to the next level, starting with the good tie-up area and making sure it's a safe area that is efficient and their heads are up at all times is really important. Now also too, as we talked about keeping the head up, we want to make sure that while we're setting these back legs, we still establish some authority. So say for instance, this sheep just moved his legs. So the first thing you're going to do is tell him, no. Okay, we're going to put our hands underneath the jaw here and shake the head and say, no, that was not good to move your feet. We're going to reach back here, okay? We're going to set this leg, or per se, we're going to set the inside. All right, okay? We're going to go back to handling him. But again, if he wants to move his feet, you shake his head up, tell him no, and go back to set those legs. And I think that that's really the most important thing with repetition and consistency, and getting them to understand that they have to stand still. The head shaking methodology really keeps them focused and also establishes a lot of respect without hitting these animals or getting frustrated. It's a small correction without overdoing it or making them scared of you. So anyways, yep, definitely keep their head up, have a safe place, and again, no. And you set their feet and go back to handling them. But again, guys, thank you for everything. I hope you got a good experience out of watching our tie-up video, and look forward to our new ones coming soon.